sounds like Rod isn't practicing yet. Is that the case?
Yeah, not yet. But he's recovering well, and looking forward to him joining the team again.
Is he going to practice in spring, or what's the?
We'll see.
What's the outlook?
Yeah, we'll see if he does.
You're optimistic that you'll have him back for the fall?
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Great.
Yep.
Left tackle, can you just talk about how the line's shaking out and where guys are starting out in the spring?
Yeah, I mean day 3, so
Yeah.
there's no. I mean, it's
Sure.
it's constant, just rotating guys in, and I feel like they're competing at a high level. I feel like the D-line challenge them at the high level. D-line's gonna be really deep, really good. But that's day 3. It was the first day in pads on Saturday, and second day in pads tomorrow. So we'll see where it goes.
Will Evan still be working at left tackle?
Yeah, I'll work it left, work
Yeah.
it right. So it's just it'll be a wait and see game because it's just so early in the progress. But feel good.
With Bryce, and obviously he's got the physical talent, but how difficult or how much does it take to kind of get the mental part for a freshman, but how much does him being an early enrollee kind of help him as far as being able to do all those pre-snap reads and protection calls and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think just early enrollees in general, it's a great thing for the game and for those players to be able to come in and, not only just for football, for school, be able to handle school, be able to maneuver in school and know where your classes are. But for him and all the quarterbacks, it's been good, adjusting to things and doing things a little bit different. But he's done well. He works his tail off. He's in here late, in here early, and those guys are really working hard to compete at that position.
Last year with quarterbacks, reps were based on seniority, just in terms of who's out there first. Did you do it the same way this spring with quarterbacks?
We're just, I mean, they're all practicing, they're all going. So everybody gets reps with the 1s, everybody gets reps with the 2s, everybody gets reps with the 3s, and at the end of the day, basically all the reps are pretty balanced. So there's no, we'll figure out who the starter is when we feel like we've gotten to that point. But yeah, day 3 again, guys have been making plays, so it's just been everybody gets even reps throughout practice.
Yeah, TJ said last week that the duo of him and Derek can be scary this season. Why was it so important to bring them back, and what are the expectations for those guys?
Huge for the experience piece, huge from a talent standpoint, but from a leadership standpoint, and especially TJ, both those guys have grown so much as leaders, not just physically but vocally. I think that's a big piece to it. You want, everybody says you lead by example. Well, yeah, you got to lead by example, but sometimes you got to say something. And he's definitely taken that next step and being one of those guys to be a force on the field and off the field in a positive way. So very proud of them, and it was important, that we got both those guys back. I think it'll be a dynamic duo in college football next year, along with Dom Nichols and Cam Brandt. Those guys have showed out just as much as they have. I feel like we got 4 guys on the edge that are going to be pretty good.
Yeah, you mentioned TJ being more of a leader. Is that what went into the number change? He said that you offered that to him?
Yeah, I felt like he's kind of taken that next step, and he mentioned to me about that number, and then he was kind of held back on it. He didn't want it. I was like, dude, you've earned it. Like, you've earned that right. The way what he's done off the field, changing his body, the leadership he's taken, felt like he deserved that. So yeah, definitely felt that was a big part of it.
How much more do you think could be added to Jay Sean's plate this year, and where would you like to see him play for most of his snaps this year?
I mean, I just want to see him on the field because he's a really good football player, and he's so much more comfortable being just in the Michigan helmet and being a part of the Wolverine, and being part of our family. And you can see it in how he approaches the game, how he studies the game, how he handles being around his teammates. So there'll be, he'll be in multiple spots and doing different things throughout the year. But excited about his progress too and where he's been.
Some of the guys last week talked about Browder, the freshman, made a nice catch. Has he done more to flash? Can you talk about the wide receivers and just how many plays these guys are making, what you've seen from them?
Yeah, I feel like that group is really, I've obviously grown in size. That was an emphasis for me. I wanted big receivers, and with him and Donovan McCulley and bringing in Jacob Washington, even Andrew Marsh, he's not a small guy. He's a long limb guy. I felt like we bring in really good size in that group to help us be more explosive in the passing game, and that's what I wanted. And those guys have made plays, and it's been fun to watch, and it's been great for our defense and great for the DBs to go with guys that are bigger, because as we know in the games that matter, you're going to have to play really big dudes that can go get the football up in the air. So it's been awesome. It's been very encouraging to watch them all.